Hello, Alex. Thank you for your time today, even a little bit earlier than anticipated, because thank you anyway. Um, so please introduce yourself a little bit to the audience and tell us who you are, what kind of music you're doing, and maybe also why you're doing the music you're doing.
Hey Tobias, nice to meet you. Hello everyone who's listening, who's watching. I'm Alex Yarmak. I'm 24 years old. I have some several projects. Two of them are main. The first one is Alex Yarmak under my name, and the second one is called Shadowglade. The first one is dedicated to metal covers. Make metal covers of electronic music and some other stuff. And the second one, Shadowglade, uh, is more like a mix of Nine Inch Nails, Flume, and Depeche Mode, and some other musicians that are not so metal, but at the same time have some metal influences. So yeah, it's a bit different of what I do on my first project, but yeah, you can find both on Spotify and all other major streaming services.
Hmm. Hmm.
As for the background, I have economic degree.
Hmm.
If we talk not only about music, but I attended the music school when I was a kid for like 8 years. My first instrument was piano, and then I attended also guitar lessons. But for 3 years, I didn't finish the guitar lesson school, and yeah, I started to learn music production after that myself, and since like 2013, I guess I started producing, and yeah, it's been 7 years that I'm producing, and yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, okay. So, and if I may ask you, I told you in before you don't have to answer any question that are too private, but where are you from, if I may ask, if you want to tell
I'm
us?
from I'm from Ukraine,
Ukraine. Okay,
Kiev, Kiev,
Kiev.
Kiev,
Okay,
Ukraine.
that's the capital city of Ukraine, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kiev. Okay, Ukraine. But you're not in Ukraine anymore at the moment. If you
Yeah, at the
want to, I
moment,
mean, just tell me if you don't want to talk about it.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
But
I live in Germany right now. I live in Regensburg. It's
ja.
in Bavaria.
Ja, mei, das ist ja kein Weißwurstschnitt.
Jo, jo.
Sehr gut. Regensburg. Okay. Yeah, anyway, I don't think we should go into the reasons. I mean, Germany is a great place to be. I'm German myself, so of course, we are very happy to have you. So, anyway, so you. Okay, you gave us some insights. But you didn't really tell me why you started your music. I mean, what was your initial spark? What was your kind of? I mean, you already gave me Nine Inch Nails and Depeche Mode, so I of course love these bands. So that's also the reason why I found you, because your music, jives very well with myself, and you're in my playlist right now. So I really like Alex Yarmak, the main metal project. Um, so I already found Shadowglade, but I really have, didn't go through it yet. Anyway, what was your initial spark to start your music career?
Uh, I could not starting music. Like I don't know how to explain that properly, but I just couldn't. Like if I if I even want to quit, I can't quit because
Hmm.
it's like it's always been part of my life, and
It's in your blood.
it's yeah, it's my blood, I guess, because really, I started to do that when I was at the age of 6. Like I just saw the piano and fell in love with it, and yeah, and that's it. I don't have that special story or something like that. I just started that at really young age, and it haunted me like for the rest of the years, and that's
Okay,
it.
okay, yeah, no problem. But still, okay. I was actually grinning as you said. I cannot. I need to do it. I completely with you. I mean, I do music myself, and I know I cannot live without it. Where sometimes I do more, sometimes I do less. I mean, you have different. I have a family, I have a job, and whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you have to kind of balance your time a little bit.
Sure.
But but still kind of I still want to know the point because um, okay, I guess you have played in some bands before, or you have made
Yeah,
music, and
yeah.
this is kind of the background I was asking you. But you didn't start it, from zero. You were there, and oh, now I'm producing music. Um, so there's a background there, and then also there is another jump just from joining a band to also doing your own project, and you have two projects at the moment. So kind of what I'm kind of gearing at to or kind of pointing to is um, you're doing it alone. And is there a reason for that? I mean, it can be convenience, it can be you haven't found the people or whatever, and you're kind of already diversifying yourself. I talked with, I don't know if you heard of him, Neurowolf, Neurotech, and he has like three or four different projects and does very different music, and every time something else. So. What was the reason you started out alone? If you want to talk about it,
Mm-hmm.
and why so diverse? I mean, what kind of gave you the thing to do it on your own, basically?
Okay, okay, I got your question, and let's start from the moment I started producing. Like
Hmm.
what inspired me to start producing? In 2013, I guess. Um, I listened to a lot of like Asking Alexandria, of Mice and Men, Attack Attack, all this metalcore, like post hardcore stuff, and all those records that came out that they were produced by Joey Sturgis, and I
Hmm.
was really amazed by the sound, and I haven't heard a sound like that. It really inspired me to go into production and to figure out how to record, how to mix and master and stuff. And I started to create songs by myself.
Hmm.
Uh, and then I realized that it would be cool, like to find some people to play with me or just to hang out, to have some fun while recording and uh, and rehearsing and stuff. So I started the band called Beyond the Sunset. That was back in 2013, and it was four-piece band. All songs were completely written at the time, so I just needed guys to
To
play
play
with
them
me.
to play them live. Hmm.
Yeah, and I also made vocals, but then I decided that I need a vocalist also. So my bassist recommended his brother, his smaller brother, which is one of my really best friends, Roma. He's called Roma,
So
and
this was still back in Kiev.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
He's still back in Kiev, and and then he was doing vocals for this band, and unfortunately, then we split. We released only 3 singles, and we split because other players of the band wanted to be concentrated on their personal life more than music.
Hmm.
Uh, And then I started to think what to do musically next, because other guys were not interested, and I still had that passion for producing, recording, and stuff. So yeah, then I started to make covers. I mean, I've already made covers at the time um, on my channel on YouTube,
Hmm.
and after we split with the band, I had more time to put more covers, and yeah, I made that more, and then I got traction gradually, really gradually. But what really helped me is the game called Hotline Miami. I really love the game. It's
Can
one
you
of
say it
the
again?
best.
What game?
Hotline Miami.
Okay.
It's like indie pixel style game.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really cool.
Sometimes
It
I
was
feel a little bit
popular.
old.
It was
Oh man.
popular back in 2012, I guess.
Okay.
And right now it still has a really active community,
Hmm.
which I'm really proud to be part of.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I started releasing covers of the soundtrack of the game,
Hmm.
and then I realized that, okay, I'm getting views. Like I didn't really expect that. I didn't want to get views, and I just did it for fun.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I get you. You didn't set out to be a commercial success. You did what you were your passion, and what you love to do. And but of
yeah,
course, it's always rewarding if if you get some feedback. I mean, some positive feedback here. I have to admit, I don't I don't know this game, but I mean, you said you're 24. I'm 20 years older than you, so I might be forgiven.
yeah.
So anyway,
So,
this was your maybe continue and from this you kind of took the jump to Spotify, or what was
yeah,
the.
yeah, yeah. Then I put all my stuff on Spotify, and then Spotify just made it a lot bigger, because the Spotify algorithm is way better than YouTube's one.
Hmm.
It's dedicated to music. It's based on the listening behavior, rather than YouTube is just pushing some 10-minute plus videos. And you know the idea.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm still I'm also new to. I mean, not new. I know, of course, in YouTube, but now with all the videos I put out there, I kind of still try to understand how the algorithm works and to get more followers and stuff. But anyway, I don't know how. So okay, so sorry, I'm not talking. Should not talk about me, but about you. So the algorithm worked for you, and you got a big following because you did the covers of this Sunset. What was the name? Sunset. No, how was this game called?
Hotline Miami.
Hotline Miami. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And so you don't have a label, so or did you
No,
sign
no,
with
no.
it everything
I do
yourself?
everything myself. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So and you have your home studio to do that, or how do you do it?
Yeah, I have just a computer and a pair of speakers, and if I'm traveling, I have this,
Ah,
and that's it.
but your sound is amazing. I mean, I have to admit, it's a really great sound. In preparation of
Thanks.
this, yeah, you're welcome. Of this talk, I mean, just that I only talk with people the music I like. I'm not. I choose. I'm very picky, a little bit. So yeah, no, I'm amazed how well you do it. So I'm not surprised that you're so successful because yeah, you have this nice industrial kind of stuff. You have the
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the,
Nine
the
Inch
gi-
Nails is favorite band of all time. Like I can not be not inspired of it.
Mhm,
Like
mhm. No, but it's also the mix. It's not just because Nine Inch Nails has sometimes just electronic things,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
very little or rarely guitars. But I'm more like, as I said, I'm a little bit older. But I mean, 19 Inch Nails is also older. For me, was Ministry kind of first thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Electronic
Nine Inch
married
Nails
with.
were inspired by a ministry.
Exactly, and so that's what I like, to have some really heavy guitars and stuff,
Yeah,
driving
yeah,
this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of my thing. So you're doing this all by yourself. So I mean, kudos to you. That's congratulations. You're doing very well. I checked your
Thanks.
Spotify because I'm always looking for the Spotify bio, but there's not much there. You're just saying,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm
I
Alex.
just tried to be original in this regard.
Yeah, very much. I mean, this doesn't make it easy for me to find some information about you, but fortunately, you agreed to have time and sit down with me and talk. So I hope I can, for the listeners out there or for the future fans, kind of look behind the curtain and show Alex Yarmak. Um, so let me just okay. Um, so as this is a solo project, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let's say before the pandemic, and we can talk about the pandemic and whatever. But did you ever consider, or did you play live with Alex Yarmak?
No, no, no. Unfortunately, not. But I was invited to Supersonic Con. It's
Hmm.
the festival dedicated to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, you seem
It's
to like games, and gamers seem to like you. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Because I made a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog covers as well.
Really? Okay, I have to
The,
check. For me, I think it didn't really caught my eye because I'm not so much into these games. So for me, it was just music I was listening to, and
okay.
enjoyed the music. So that's good. But I guess if I would know the games, I would. Oh yeah, this is this tune or whatever. Um, and just a side question before we continue this. Um, do you have to get copyrights for this or something? Is it copyrighted
No, no,
things?
no. I mentioned the original composers
Hmm.
on Spotify in credits, and then I also write to the original composers. Some of them reply, some of them not, but yeah, that's how it works.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. So please continue. So you were kind of invited to this Sonic the Hedgehog festival.
Yeah, Supersonic Con, yeah, and because of Corona, it was postponed
Hmm.
to next year. So yeah, I might play at that festival next year if everything will be okay. But no, I'm not playing live. I'm not touring. I'm just like a digital
Hmm.
artist,
Hmm. Hmm.
if you
Now,
can
I
call
mean,
it like
but
that.
how are you? I mean, how are you? How do you plan to do this live gig then? Once it happens.
What do you mean by planning? You
I
mean
mean,
the gear or?
yeah, how do you wanna do it? Because it's you're a one man show at the moment, so you just put in some backing tracks and the guitar, and then you play some live over it, or how's your
Yeah, yeah.
plan? That's
I
basically
plan.
it.
I for this festival, I plan to put a backing track of all instruments besides the lead guitar
Mm-hmm.
and play the lead guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Basically,
Okay.
I had the idea to have some drums, live drums, but then the people who organized the festival said that they won't have any drums and
Okay.
no, not like um, any other live instruments. So I just needed to pick my guitar and play on my guitar
Mm-hmm.
with
Okay,
everything
so the
that
guys wanted to
yeah
have it very easy, an easy
yeah yeah
setup because drums. I mean, real drums, as you might know, I think as you know, are the toughest to set up. Everything else is
yeah
kind
yeah
of
yeah sure.
easy. I mean, not really. If you have like horns or a brass section or something, this is tough too. But drums is the hardest in a normal band. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you could take how you say this
Symbols.
electronic drums or electronic,
Uh,
drums. This is easier then because you just plug it in
yeah,
basically. But okay, no, because I always ask this question as I talk with a lot of self-producing artists and single artists, because I think it's quite a step or quite a feat to be alone on stage. You have been in a band, so it's easy to blend in. The band, you had a four-piece band, so it's easy to kind of hide a little bit in plain sight if you don't want to be the
yeah,
showman all the
because
time.
the
And
attention on the vocalist. Yeah,
exactly, yeah. So it's focused, and here you would be alone, and you know. I'm an actor myself and a musician and stuff, and I love this. I love to be in the spotlight and stuff, but it takes also puts a lot of pressure on you because it's just you, and if you make a mistake, everyone will see it. Everything.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, so the stage fright and yeah. So it takes a lot of guts. That's what I want to say to be alone
Sure.
on stage because with a band, there's always if your string breaks and stuff, and you have a normal band, then they can play something in the background while you change the guitar or change the string or whatever. But if you're just alone and some mishap happens, you're there. You have to cover. Okay, so that's just my insight of kudos to you that you are willing to do this on your own. Um, okay, so um, this is a question you don't have to answer. It's a little bit private, but
Hit me.
yeah, I assume you are not completely living from your music yet. Is it the right assumption, or are you kind of self-sustaining yourself by your music?
I can say that I can completely sustain myself around music
Oh, that's great, cool. That's good for you. Because
right
my
now.
other question, the question would be then, how do you make a living? How can you survive at
No,
the moment?
yeah, I also consult some of my acquaintances on marketing. So, but besides of music, I don't have any other activities. I plan some things related to music, but they are more than business than the music. But I won't tell about it right now.
Until it's
It's
ready.
coming.
I completely understand. Yeah.
It will be live in a really really short time. Like
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
almost coming.
I can imagine a little bit what happens. Okay, cool. But yeah, no, I mean, just tell me when it's ready, and I hope by the way, that we stay in contact because I would like to, as you might know, I have a little radio show, and I would
Okay.
love to play your music. So if you send it to me, I'm more than willing to play it and also cross promote myself a little bit because I'm now talking with you, and when I play your music, and when I mean, if you're interested in the person who plays this music, you can watch this video. So I mean,
Yeah, I also have
see how clever
a
I am.
playlist. I also have a playlist on Spotify. You can pitch me some your music.
Hey, I will even go further if you want because I realize I mean okay, now we're talking about me, sorry, but I mean, it's our conversation, right?
I'm
um,
also interested. Like I
oh,
don't I don't consider this as an interview like of me.
no, it's not
I
an
consider
interview.
it.
I specifically call it a talk, and I told you before I want a
Yeah.
friendly conversation, and now we're getting into a friendly. Okay, let's. I realized that I'm not a good musician, but what I'm good at is, I kind of a okay vocalist kind of guy.
Hmm.
So I will send you some songs, and maybe I can put some vocals on your stuff because I can
Okay.
do a lot of different kind of vocal styles. So there's
That's
things
awesome. That's awesome.
I can do with my voice, and I'm working. Through my radio show, I met this guy Simple Fixty. He's from Norway, and
Okay.
we formed King Sinister as a band, as a two man group, and he writes the music and I provide the vocals. And lately, because of one influence from my band, I got more into Rammstein, so I was more Rammsteiny, always rolling the R, and had
Yeah.
some Rammsteins. I will send you some Rammstein songs we
That's
made
how
together.
Bavarian people are doing here. They're rolling the R,
Yeah,
and
so
that's really weird. I don't. I'm not used to it. Like,
you might be fed up quite a lot, but maybe not. But for me, as a East German, for me, I always found Russian to be more harsh as a language. Like я не понимаю. Утро сей Бориса Ельцина зовут Бибер. Это пишет московским комсомольская газета. Да, да, очень хорошо. Меня
хорошо,
зовут
хорошо.
Tobias. This is all the stuff. I had it for 6 years in school, but as I never really used it, I lost a lot. But yeah,
In 6 years, that's insane. 6 years.
yeah, 6 years. But yeah, I grew up in. I guess you're not in Germany, so you know the history of Germany.
DDR, yeah, DDR.
I in the DDR or GDR, like you would say in
Mhm.
English. And so, yeah, I was 14 as the wall came down, as we call it here, as the change happened.
Mhm.
Die Wende. Du kannst ja auch ein bisschen Deutsch.
Ja,
Richtig?
genau.
Okay, but we should keep it English so that
So we don't confuse the listeners.
exactly, exactly. I don't know if you know DJ Sardonic.
Yeah, sure.
I
I
had a
actually
talk with
watched the
him.
interview
Ah, you
of
saw it,
you.
and yeah, he spoke also a lot of German, and I was like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was
I'm a
funny.
really big fan of him
Yeah, me too,
because
me too. And
he
so,
has the same influences.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and I really, yeah, I mean, I like him too, and I really hope once this whole pandemic beep is over, that I will so enjoy it to go back to some bands and some live events. I might even come to your Sonic
Yeah,
Hedgehog
yeah, yeah.
thing just to see you live. Even if it's not so much. I mean, I don't mind Sonic, but maybe I'm too old for playing too much games or something. I have a daughter now. She plays games and stuff, so I have to kind of
Really?
watch.
What does she play?
Oh, she plays. She plays an online game where she has to groom pets, and when another one where she plays a free online game. I have to admit, I don't know the names, but I'm watching her sometimes, and she also has to build an airport and stuff. That's
Okay,
another
it's
game.
Sims maybe, no?
Something like that, but an online free version of it, So
Okay, I don't know,
it's
unfortunately.
browser based and stuff. So, but
Okay.
she's 7. She's becoming 8 next month. So, it's more kiddie stuff. but it happened. My wife kind of now plays the same games as she.
That's cool because that's a really good um, tool to communicate with children. I
Absolutely.
mean, everything's good in the moderation, but I think that's an essential thing to let the child play whatever he or she wants.
Exactly. I mean, we can talk about this if you want, because as you know, or as you can imagine, me as a parent, I'm we are living in this strange world, right? So
Hmm.
I grew up. I think I was 7 or 8, and as we got a rotary phone, so there was still phone booths and stuff, and cell phones were unthinkable of. You had walkie talkies, like big ones and stuff. Um, and now we're living in a time with constant information flow and Instagram and this and that and
Yeah,
stuff. So
it's too much of it. Too much,
yeah, and
I would say.
yeah, no, you're right, and she will become a digital native. So my point I want to make with so many words, I'm a talker, as you notice, I guess, is I cannot forbid her to do this, because this will kind of make the craving even bigger. It kind of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the forbidden fruit is much more interesting than
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's
so
proved by history, like the alcohol restrictions and stuff. It works the same way.
absolutely. You cannot restrict it. I mean, we see this now with a lockdown. I mean, we have this lockdown light, as you know. I mean, you're in Germany as
Hmm.
well.
Yeah.
So um, you start to crave a human interaction, and to hug your friends, and to. I mean, I don't mind not having to shake hands and stuff. I think this is it was not sanitary before, because I don't mind not shaking hands, but a good friend, to give a hug, or to be close. I lived for a while in Montreal, in Canada, and where you
Hmm.
get even kisses, I mean, on the cheeks, and even as a not close friends, you get this. So I mean, um, it was weird for me as a German, but it's nice. I'm missing this human interaction. But let's circle back to my daughter. Anyway, the point is I wanted to make is I I think the best way to protect her with this all this information and the internet and stuff is kind of to to make her strong in understanding what it is, and so
Yeah, to
I have
show
to
possibilities
exactly and
and which possibilities are bad and good. That's the
exactly.
main reason, I
Hmm.
guess.
Hmm. I mean, sooner or later she will. I mean, I hope later she will have a cell phone herself, and then it will be tougher to control everything. But and I know I cannot control everything, even if I put on parent locks and stuff. These kids are not stupid. They will talk in school, and you
Yeah,
kind of
they'll figure it out like a
exactly,
lot
and so
quicker. Like,
than me, and so it will be better, or in my opinion, it's better to kind of make her, mental strong enough that she understands things, and that we have an open ear for her when she has problems, or when she discovers something, cyber mobbing, or bullying, and all these stuff that can happen when you put yourself out there. We as adults, we can deal with it. It's not nice, but it's what the heck. But for children who are new to this game, um, yeah. So my thing on dealing with it is to make her strong, and yeah, and educate her
resilient.
that's a good word, resilient, so that she can hopefully uh, make her own decisions, because this is how I see myself as a parent, that I have to kind of make her ready to walk this world alone. I mean, I cannot be always where I'm not a helicopter parent and do this and that. She goes to school alone and she comes home alone, and so this is not easy. She's a very small, cute little girl, but if I protect her too much, she will not be ready for this world. Anyway,
Yeah,
we talk. Sorry, now we talked a lot about me, but anyway, it's that.
that
If
was
you,
good to know, really.
if
I really like to
yeah,
talk
but
about this
but I'm
stuff.
talking with you, not with. I mean, if people are interested, of course. I mean, I'm telling them. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna after this, I'm gonna send you some music from me, and if
Yeah,
you see a
I'll listen to
possibility,
it definitely.
yeah, and put me in your playlist,
Sure,
and
it's growing. Like 900 people are on this playlist right now.
okay, I'm at. I can clone a little bit because I have a See, I met a guy through my. I always meet guys through my radio stuff, and I met a guy from UK, and he helps me to grow my playlist, and I'm at 2,000 now. So
Oh,
I'm yeah
cool.
yeah
Awesome.
I'm also I'm quite happy, and it's going well. And you're on there. um,
Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Anyway, so let's circle back. So if you ever want a vocalist who wants to do some crazy stuff, that's me. Think of me. Um, so okay, you already said what? Are there any? This I haven't checked. I have to admit. Are there any cool videos you did for your music? I mean, you started out at YouTube, so I assume there were videos. But yeah, tell us maybe about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. There are some videos me playing inside my house and outside my house, and that's it.
Oh,
I don't. I've never made all those fancy music videos. So yeah,
that's a little bit
not
odd. I
not
mean,
not
you
not not too
started
much to
on
be proud
YouTube.
about.
You started on
Huh?
YouTube. That's a little bit
Yeah, I
odd because
started
you
on YouTube.
started on YouTube and then you never really did. Okay, I mean, a video costs money. I'm aware of that. I know.
Yeah.
But are you considering it? Because I think
Right
you're.
now, I don't.
Mhm,
Right now, I don't. But I don't know what the future holds. Maybe
mhm,
for some future projects, I would like to do that.
mhm,
Would definitely like to do that because I have some ideas for my Shadowglade project and yeah.
mhm. Okay.
Because right now Shadowglade is more like project where I just express myself. I don't have any goals for this project. I just release music once a month and that's it.
Mhm. Okay. So this is kind of um, where you try out things basically. Where,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
you
I'm
put.
experimenting because when I
Mhm.
always produce metal, not that I'm getting bored, but
You get
I just need
keyholed a little
more.
bit. You get
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of.
yeah. As a music producer, I need to grow like more widely, you know,
Mhm, mhm,
because when you produce in other genres, you incorporate the elements from those other genres into metal, and that
mhm,
helps you to mix these things. Because really, when you listen to my 2014, 2015 ish songs,
mhm,
it's just rock and metal, and that's it. There are no elements of other genres, but right now, as you mentioned before, I'm mixing it with electronic music, with industrial. I implement a lot of mixing techniques to metal, and that makes my sound as it is right now. So it's years of learning. It's constant learning that never ends and never will end. Actually,
mhm,
that's the beauty of this um, field. I would say um, that you always learn. You don't reach the plateau. There's always a new plugin or a new technique, a new YouTube video that teaches you something new. Like the music community in this regard is really cool, and I'm really glad to be a part of it.
mhm. No, I'm completely with you. I always compare it a little bit like music is the cool thing, but it's like a green pasture, and you can run in every direction, and it's okay. It's never wrong. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
if you like it or if you don't
There are
like it.
no rules.
Exactly. I mean, if you like it, that's it. I mean,
If it sounds good, it sounds good. Because I was paranoid about like, is this kick loud or is this kick really like not punchy enough, or should I make it like 1 dB quieter or something like that? It doesn't matter. Like 1 dB won't save your song or break your song either.
hmm hmm
If it's good, then it's good. I mean, how many songs do you know that sound like garbage?
a lot
great
actually.
songs,
Great
great
songs, no.
songs.
it, that's a good point. It's kind of some people are over analyzing things a little bit. You know, the
Yeah,
magic,
yeah,
and I guess we agree here, the magic with music is sometimes between the lines and stuff. It's not so important that this kick drum sounds like this and that and whatever. It's more the feel of a song, you know, and the feeling is
yeah. The general thing.
the
I
mood
mean,
or, yeah.
once Chris Lord Alge said that the main thing to make the rock song successful is a snare, just a snare. He didn't talk about guitars, cymbals, or like every other thing that is in the mix. Um, he said that if you have a powerful snare sound, your song might be good. Like there's a huge probability that your song will be successful. And he also said about that about vocals.
Hmm.
So if your drums and vocals are on point, your mix sounds good.
Hmm.
Like it's not. I
It
would
it
not
can
call this.
evaluate a
Yeah, yeah,
mediocre
yeah. It's
mix.
always
Mm.
related, but I can consider that as a rule.
Hmm.
Maybe that might be a hint for all the people that are watching and analyzing their mixes
To death sometimes.
to death. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I had in mind right now is "Never Let Me Down Again" from Depeche Mode. It has a
Yeah.
great, snare. It's kind of like it's just the drums itself make this song move. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
boom,
And
jack,
actually,
boom.
the
It's
thing,
very
it
simple,
was the
but mm,
signature thing for 80s and
mm,
90s music. This
mm-hmm,
snare sound that has a lot of reverb and
mm-hmm,
it's compressed as hell.
mm,
And I haven't heard that kind of snare ever
mm.
before and after. Like, of course, I was not born in the 80s, but whatever.
Let me tell you stories of the 80s, young man. No.
Yeah, actually, this movement right now, synthwave, retrowave, and all related genres that are related to 80s, uh, they are really beneficial in this regard. They help us, the millennials, I would guess, and Generation Z. I don't like to call the labels
Hmm.
in this regard, but yeah, to relive this atmosphere.
Hmm.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely. I grew up in this, and for me, you know how it is. The music you grew up with, you always, it's kind of you cannot listen to it subjectively. No, objectively. You listen to it subjectively. That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Through the
be,
prism of your, um, how do I say that?
your
Of your
biography.
emotions, of your
Yeah.
experiences, previous experiences, and the
Hmm.
setting that you are right now.
Yeah. I mean, you cannot wipe this away because music touches on some very basic elements, and it transports you in time. Oh, this is, I mean, silly thing is, this was my first kiss, or this was the dance, and this was kind of bad, and things happened there. And so yeah, for me, Depeche Mode is the band. This was my first big love of music, so I cannot I cannot unthink it, and even
Yeah, I can relate definitely.
yeah, and I'm pretty happy that you young people over there, that you still like it, because I mean they did things for ages, it's not getting bored. I just recently, for my, I'm always looking for stuff to put in my playlist and stuff. I was going through some old Depeche Mode things just to and I found, oh, this is nice and this is nice. I liked way more than I can put in there. But and this is great. They made good music. I almost like every album from them. were some
What's your
later
favorite
ones.
one?
My favorite one is, I think, Music for the Masses. Um,
Yeah, that's a good one. But my favorite is Exciter.
or Violator. Violator, I also like. It's a little bit darker and a little bit,
Violator is my second
yeah.
favorite, but Exciter it's more IDM-ish,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
experimental. I like this stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, it's yeah, but I rarely um I I think the one where somehow I lost them a little bit later. I saw them actually live once. My girlfriend in Montreal, they gave me a ticket to see Depeche Mode live as we were playing there. So thank you very much.
Awesome.
Yeah, I still have her for that, but don't tell my wife. Um, so yeah, no, that's cool for me to hear that, and that we have such a lasting impression. Um, it's just great music. We did it quite well, and also with the beginning, as um, what was his name? He later founded Yazoo. The first album was by I forgot his Jimmy Somerville, was it his name? Jimmy Somerville?
I don't
Oh,
know. I don't know,
anyway,
unfortunately.
Speak and Spell was the first album, and even there are some really great stuff on it. And I think I don't know if you know, but I'm not really know if it's sure they stole in quotes they stole
Hmm.
some of the industrial sounds that die einstürzenden Neubauten recorded, for People Are People. When where you hear this metal sound stuff,
Okay,
they,
yeah,
they
got
kind
it.
of I heard stories that we might have just taken the recordings
Yeah, it's
einstürzende
called
Neubauten.
sampled, not
Mhm.
stole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they kind of
Sampled.
they reused samples from einstürzenden Neubauten.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I think that's legal. Like a lot of rap um, uh, artists are using this thing. They are constantly sampling other songs. They
Hmm.
pitch it or something like that. Of course, they need to get the permission, but yeah, that's okay. I guess it's legal.
And I personally, for me, um, I see it as a great how you say acknowledgement or compliment when you do that, because you take something and you make it different. I mean, this is of course the basis of it, but you make it your own. And this is like you did a lot of covers, and
Yeah,
I really. It's a show of appreciation of a song, if you do a
yeah, yeah,
nice cover in your own way.
yeah. If I'm not a huge fan of the artists that I do cover of,
Hmm.
I'm not doing it basically.
Exactly.
Um, like if I do that without any appreciation, the cover will be bad, basically. And I also, if we talk about samples, I make everything from scratch. Like I don't use any other samples. I produce everything from scratch myself, and yeah.
Hmm. And so, what do you mean by you making your own samples? Because a sample is some sound you usually record. That's a sample, or what? How do you
Yeah,
make
yeah, yeah.
them?
But I use mostly like sample libraries that are royalty free.
Okay,
So
okay.
that doesn't mean that I will be copyrighted and stuff.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
So when we talk about sampling,
Hmm.
I meant that if you if you take a piece of the original song that was released
Hmm.
and then you do some manipulations with it, I meant that.
Yeah, yeah. Mostly, the whole. I'm not so much into this. I have to admit, hip hop and rap scene is they have these drum loops and stuff where we
Yeah, yeah,
can
yeah.
kind of this get
Beats.
get giddy or something, or I don't know. There's one very famous one, and honestly, I had to ask what beats are, because I was following a guy on YouTube, and yeah, I'm selling beats, and what
Yeah,
is a
everyone's
beat?
selling beats right now.
What
Like
is beats? I mean, I know what
it's a
beats
drum
are.
loop basically. It's a drum loop with a melody on it. Maybe there are some elements also, but that depends on the producer that makes. But not the producer, beat maker, because there's a difference between the producer and the beat maker. Beat maker makes beats, and producer knows how to make a song.
Okay.
There's a huge difference.
Yeah, but I have to admit, I never really got into this so much, because for me, I mean, like I told you before, I have this friend in Norway. I call him my brother in music because we're very
Okay.
similar, and he kind of makes the music, and I put on the lyrics, and the vocals, of course. So and we kind of make music together. So he basically does the beats for it, and then
No, no, no.
later mix it.
He
He
produces
produces.
the song.
Okay, so
It's
that's the
not just a
difference. That's
beat, I guess,
okay.
because if you produce the song, you think about the arrangement, you think about the song structure, you think about yada yada yada,
Okay.
instead of just making a loop, 8 bar loop with drums and one melody or piano or I don't know.
Okay, okay. No, thank you, thank you. This is really some enlightenment for me, because I thought, or somebody told me, that a beat is just a different word for a song. So that there's like a ghostwriter, and you're selling songs, and then other people just rap over it. But it's less than a song. It's more a stump of a song, or how you say, not a full body song.
Not a full body, it's just a part of it, I would say. So yeah, you can technically make a song out of a beat if you loop these 8 bars, and if you copy them like for 2 minutes or so, uh, okay, you have a song technically, but is it a good song? I don't think so.
Yeah,
Like
no,
there's no
this
there's no
this.
dynamics, no development in the song. So yeah,
But I mean, maybe, okay, just last thought here. For rap music or hip hop or whatever, it might be even enough, because for them, the vocals
yeah,
are
yeah,
important, and they're kind of, yeah,
yeah.
and stuff. I don't want to make fun of them, but this is absolutely not my thing. But I can understand it, that they just need basically a ground line, a bass line, to put on some vocals, and the vocals are the important
Yeah,
thing, and
yeah,
how you deliver them and stuff.
yeah. The
So
lyrics,
the
the
lyrics, exactly,
lyrics.
exactly. So that's just a different kind of game. But it was like I'm selling beats, and I didn't really got it for me, because it was like, what the heck? You're
Hmm.
selling. I can do
Yeah,
also
and
beat.
actually, it's really interesting thing because that's how the music industry works right now. Particularly streaming services. Look at Drake. He makes like gazillion amount of songs that last like 2 or even 1.5 minutes. So there are more songs, more possibility to pitch on the playlists,
And
and
more plays because they are
and
shorter, and
more, yeah, and more revenue, because those short songs are more likely to be replayed. So yeah,
yeah, but
that's how the rap industry and streaming services right now work in this regard.
yeah, I'm always amazed when I see their numbers, and they're always in 50,000 plays and whatever, and
Yeah, yeah.
and but it's just not my thing, and I'm not a rapper, and I will never be. So yeah, I mean, kudos to them. It's nice. Um, as we were talking, I was, and you already alluded to it before. Just a question: how important is uh, is gear for you? Because it seems to me that you are very, how you say, comfortable with having less. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I think sometimes this is a good thing because some people I know we kind of have a lot, thousands of sins and this and that and blah blah blah, and when we don't know what to start with and always put in something more and um, so sometimes a limitation is even a good thing because you focus on the main thing, and the main thing is the song,
Yeah,
and not so much
yeah,
how it's
sure.
produced, but that it is produced.
Yeah, I consider myself as a minimalist in all spheres of life. So less is more.
For, for,
You can be creative with less, more than being creative with a lot of stuff that you have. Basically, on my laptop right now, I have 128 gigs of storage.
okay.
And yeah, so I created this concept for myself where I put everything that I need on this laptop, and that's it. And
And I hope you have a
yeah,
backup.
yeah, sure. I have an external drive to back up all these things, but mostly everything that I need is on my laptop. So yeah, I do everything inside the box. So fortunately, uh, every plugin is doing really good job when we compare it to the analog gear. Right now, it's a really good time to experience that, I guess. And yeah, and actually, I realized that I really can be more creative with all those essential plugins, all those essential instruments that I have. Because uh, if I if I have less of them, I work with them more frequently, and then I know what to do with them better.
Yeah, exactly. You know your gear better when you're not all over the place and always using something new.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. No,
Uh,
I'm here with you.
and there's also a lot of room to improvement always. There's always a better piece of gear, but um, we are human beings. We cannot use everything at once.
Yep.
My gear developed with me as a musician. So if I know that I need more expensive pair of speakers or more expensive headphones, um, I go and buy them. Like it's simple.
No, I have two things I wanted to say to that. One thing is, um, with the more minimalistic approach of music, I think I had this. I talk with a lot of musicians, and for me, it comes up again and again. Um, if you make music really with a feeling and with a mood, then there is more than the notes you put in there. There is something between
Yeah,
in the spaces of a music, between the notes, there is something, some magic what happens. And for me, it's like you're a guitarist as well. If you are on a campfire with an acoustic guitar and you just play some songs, then I, as a listener, hear more than you play because I can hear the violins and the orchestra in the background that you are not playing, of course. But
yeah, yeah.
my brain fills it in. Maybe I'm so tuned.
Imagination. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so tuned into it, that when you just cover a song, that's very easy, um, because the listener knows the original song, but you're just playing, even just power chords and just four chords and just singing the melody along. And then the listener fills in all the gaps and hears more than what is where. And with some really good music, this happens as well. That you you kind of give the bass lines of it, but your brain or the brain of a listener has more has spaces to fill in, and this is kind of the greatest thing you can achieve with music, that you are getting into this meta-Ebene. I don't know how to say it in English, but anyway,
Reach the level of perception, I
yeah,
guess.
there's another sphere there,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm also, because I'm a musician myself, like I said, I'm a little bit trained to kind of see where could, if you give me something, there could be a melody or a harmony that goes with it, and my brain just puts it there, even if it's not there, kind of some accompanying pieces and stuff. But I really like that. And this you have, and now we're circling back, you have if you are more minimalistic, because if you overstuff your songs, then you kill it sometimes, when it's kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
dead,
Like
because
look at the Billie Eilish producer, Phineas. Does really minimalistic approach on the record that came out. It was a unique listening experience for me. I'm not a big Billie Eilish fan, but I love a couple of songs, and I love them because of their minimalistic approach.
I have to admit, I like them. It's not completely my thing, but I like that we do something new, and they're not. Yeah, like you said, we're not overstuffing. We give it air to breathe. It has some
Yeah.
air to breathe. Basically, the song. It's not over. Everything what you need is there, but not too much. Funny fact for the people who hear this as a podcast, in the video cast you can see it. You're also very minimalistic. I think you're sitting in your kitchen, and there's nothing
Yeah,
in
I've just moved here. I've just moved
there's
here.
nothing in the shelves
So
behind you.
it's not stuffed like,
I see. Okay.
and it's a really long process, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
Here in
just I just
Germany,
moved I just moved in here. I mean, like, oh, I'm almost now. I'm over half a year in my new place here, and I still
hmm
have things not unpacked. I still have some things in
yeah, yeah,
boxes
yeah, I can
and
relate.
stuff. So just my studio is half finished here, because this was the most important thing for me, of course. But anyway, it was just funny for me, like minimalistic. And when I look in your background and and I see empty shelves, yeah, he's very minimalistic. He doesn't put anything in his shelves. I think only I see some herbal stuff. So you might be in your kitchen here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Um, um, I wanted to. Warte mal. I had this and that. So, as you are a producer, so you also produce other artists and bands.
Yeah, I produce other artists and bands. I have my own studio, Rainfalls Records, and I produce a lot of different artists, like genres, a lot of genres. So mostly it's rock, metal related, but yeah.
Okay, and how do you find these people? Because
Some some people find me, some people I find, but it's mainly, mostly it's a word of mouth.
okay,
Because I believe if you do something good, someone will tell someone else, like basically.
absolutely, absolutely. I think that's the best marketing you can get. That
Yeah, yeah.
that people ask,
Best
oh, how
marketing
did
is
you?
a good product.
Yeah, exactly. How did you get this cool sound? And then you can say, oh, this guy and blah blah blah, and because that's always I think fascinating, because today, as you know yourself, everyone can do music. On your cell phone you can put on a song and whatever and mix it and master it and whatever.
Yeah,
So theoretically, there is no need for a producer or a mixer or a mastering service, or somebody who does it for people, theoretically. But if you really want to make it better, then of course it's better you have a human being who kind of, like we just said, reads between the lines as well. What you want to say, because you can put it through an algorithm, and the algorithm does certain things, but you know where you want to go with it, and sometimes it's not the straight route to bring you there. So um, I wanted to say so. So how much influence, this is asking you as a producer now, do you take on the people you produce? So because I had some experiences, and sometimes people are just taking things. Okay, this is it, and this is how it should sound, and you just tweak it a little bit and make it. I don't know, this a little bit in the foreground and this a little bit in the background. And sometimes some producers really change things, and oh no, this doesn't work. Put in a different bass line. Put in, something. How much involved do you get as a producer?
Usually, I don't make drastic changes from what my client wants, but if I feel that this, as you mentioned, best baseline or this part or something like that should be different, I send two versions of the song.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is how would I do it, and the second one is how the client wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
Okay.
that's pretty fair. And then we choose between those two.
Mm-hmm. So you give an A/B comparison kind of
Yeah,
thing.
sure, sure,
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Okay. No, that's good. So you do it a little bit hands on, but you don't say, okay, this is the right thing and this is the wrong thing.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't say ever that okay, the thing that you're saying to me is complete garbage.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I need to respect the client. I need to respect his needs. But if I have the opportunity to tweak things, I'm definitely doing that
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. And
because it's really interesting to see the reaction also.
mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes I can only think of my or relate my own experience. Sometimes you even don't know better, and that's why you do it the way
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do it, because you
Like like
go ahead.
Steve Jobs told that people don't really know what they want,
Yeah, exactly.
basically.
I'm in my day job. I'm how you say a product supporter for a
Okay.
little IT company, and very often I get asked things, from our clients that, oh, can you please do that? And then, okay, yes, we can do that, but what do you really want? What do you really want to achieve with it? And what is really your goal? And then you find out it's something different, It's not even what we want, what we told you, And so it's really important to kind of get das rauskitzeln. No, I don't know the English. To tickle it out. I mean, that's not a good
Yeah.
translation, but to kind
To
of get
figure it out.
to figure out exactly what the person wants. And so I think this is this is to not to force yourself on them, but also to show them how it can be better, and show them stuff. See, I wanted to circle back to you because you are in the not so good position from the outside, that you are your own producer. How do you get feedback for your own music? How do you because you're kind of swimming in your own little bubble, and of course you have great skills, and you know how to produce things, but how do you know, for one? Okay, I have two questions here. When to end it, when the song is finished, because most of the songs are work in progress, and you can always tweak something and put something on, or make it longer, make it shorter, or whatever. How do you know when a song is finished? And how do you know if it's good, or how do you decide that it's good for you to release it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Really um, tough one because every music producer struggles
Mm-hmm.
with that, I guess. Some more, some less, but I do a lot of referencing.
Mm-hmm.
It really helps me, like to put just any other song that is related to what I do right now. and then I listen to it, and then I listen to my song. And if I realize that something's missing, I try to tweak things. Um, and it is also essential to keep your ears fresh.
Hmm.
You need to uh, go for a walk like for 20 minutes, or just have a break, or go to drink some water or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it really helps. Sometimes I send my mixes to my friends
Hmm.
so they have their unbiased opinion, because most of my friends don't realize as much in the frames of the technical stuff
Hmm.
and mixing. And yeah, so I just ask them, how do they feel about this
And
mix?
that's actually a good thing that we don't know much, because
Yeah,
sometimes this is the typical musician sickness, you can call it, or I would call it. It's that I don't hear your song. I'm hearing, oh yeah, here you did this drum thing, and here you did this sound, and here I'm kind of dissecting the song while I listen to it, and try to
yeah,
give you
yeah,
a good feedback that, oh, this could be a little bit more, and this, and but this is not the point of music. So your friends are better in this because they just listen to the song and they don't dissect it.
yeah, yeah. Mm, and also a really good idea is to listen to your music not only on the professional equipment, but in the earbuds,
Hmm.
or in the car stereo if you have that. It really helps to hear how the most of the people hear music,
Hmm. That's
because
true.
you can produce a lot in the headphones that have a lot of sub frequency information available for you, and you fill your mix with only sub, and you don't add mid frequencies, and when you put your final mix um, to your earbuds,
Hmm.
you don't listen a body of the song at all, because you don't hear a sub
It,
frequency.
it falls flat completely.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Hmm.
But when you're producing those professional equipment, um, it seems like really, really thick mix.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, no, I heard this too. That especially car stereos and cheap gear, you should listen, on cheap
Yeah,
gear. That and that's, I mean, you are big on Spotify, and I assume most of your Spotify followers listen this on their phones and stuff. In
I'm
their in
listening to music in this.
Exactly. So yeah, and this is the way we are at the moment. I'm not different. I'm mostly
Yeah.
listening with headphones. I I it's I mean, I sometimes, when I'm in the kitchen, I put on the radio and listen to Deutschlandfunk. This was I usually listen to be to get some news and stuff. But other than that, I have my phones, my headphones, and I'm listening to music or to some podcasts and stuff. Yeah, just on headphones. So I mean, just under uh, understating that. No, not understating. Kind of. Um, Ich will deinen Punkt unterstützen, und ich weiß es nicht auf Englisch zu
To
sagen.
support to
I
support
want to
your
support,
point.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a support agent, and I don't know how to say support. Yeah, no, exactly. I want to support your statement, because most people listen to, I mean, I grew up still in a time when there was, you would buy a big stereo, and then, a quattro, and you would kind of put it in your room, and you have this big thing and stuff. Maybe people still have it today with, watching Netflix or so, but some even watch it
Yeah, sure.
on their little phone, and this is really stupid. But in my opinion, sorry. But most people don't do this anymore. They have it in their head, on the go, and whatever, and it's fine. We go to work out. I saw you in a big workout list and stuff, with some really cool anime pictures. And so yeah, and this is where we we have it in the gym and listen while we
Yeah,
work out. Um,
because it's
okay.
convenient.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's the way. I mean, you can say, oh, but you don't get the whole thing and whatever, but that's the way it is. It's kind of no point to be upset about it because
Yeah.
it's like you can say, oh, it's raining and I would like to have sun. Yeah, but it's raining now, and this is the way it is now, so you have to deal with it. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a different experience,
Hmm.
and you're not always uh, how do I say that? No, you don't always have time to just sit and to listen to music, like, dedicated to
Hmm.
music.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes, when when I hang up the laundry, I'm listening to music and so, or to a podcast or whatever. So, I'm not sitting down and, oh, let's think about what this person wants to
Yeah,
tell me
yeah,
and get deep
yeah.
into
Let's
it.
read the lyrics.
Oh yeah, I want to really get close to this artist. Oh, I can feel some angst in here, and oh yes, it really
Yeah,
speaks to my soul deeply. Yeah, it's very rarely that you have this.
yeah,
I mean, it's we are living in a faster world. I think even me as a radio DJ, I get a lot of songs sent, and I'm not if I'm not hooked after, let's say, 30 or 40 seconds, I'm kind of not
30
not
seconds.
not going. Yeah, I'm not going
Yeah,
going further. But sometimes it's funny. I mean, okay, this is not about you, but um, sometimes the bands write to me, oh, the hook starts at 150, or the drop is at 120 and something, and I'm
you
thinking
should
like,
make it straight away.
yeah, but my point I wanted to make is, okay, and until then I shouldn't listen to the song or what? I mean, this is
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still need to listen from the start. I mean, what do you tell me that there's something special coming 2 minutes later? If it's not special enough from the beginning or not intriguing enough, then it's no point to go through the song until it's interesting. Make it interesting from the beginning. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
this is
Maybe
really
you
a,
notice
a
that there
stupid
are
thing.
no long intros
Yeah,
anymore.
people go to the point, and I think, you know, the music I make, yeah, we have sometimes long. The longest is over 1 minute, 1:30 or so until I start singing or something like this, and I know it's not popular, but here we're back to this what I told you earlier with the green pastures. This is the things you like, and if you like it, just do it.
Yeah,
Because this is also an important thing. I think that uh, if you go if you optimize like you told me about Drake, everything just for the algorithm, and that get with it it's not it loses its soul. I mean, music is more than just the notes that I told you earlier. And
yeah,
usually the artist wanna convey something. I made just fun of it, like, oh, what I just did with but usually this is what I want. And if a song really hits me and gets to me, when I'm listening to it repeatedly and get deeper into it and find new things, that's I compared like with a good movie. A good movie you can watch again and again, and you focus on different details all the time you watch it. Like, oh, here the producer or no, the director put in this color because it means something later on, and so you do it with music as well. You're not kind of.
yeah, yeah.
I think we both agree everyone can write a simple song. Like, okay, this intro, chorus, and blah, 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 and it's easy to put this together, but it's not easy to make a good song, and a song who's long lasting. As we talked about Depeche Mode, they made some songs, Never Let Me Down Again. I could listen in a loop. I don't want to do it because I don't want to spoil. I like it too much to not over listen to it. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can relate because all of my favorite albums are really rarely listened by me. Like,
Hmm. Yeah, I try. I always, I'm also a lot on Spotify, so I have a lot of liked songs there, and I always try to add a lot so that I don't listen to the same stuff again and again. So that I have, I like different things. If you, I guess you have not listened to my radio show yet, but I like, I play from dark pop, dark wave, gothic rock, industrial metal. That's kind of the
okay,
range I
cool.
play, and I like. I just don't like to be. I like a mix, I cannot listen to. In preparation, I listen to a lot of songs of yours in a row, of course, and it's cool. But then I would also like to have you know, a nice little pop song in it, and I like variety. That's me, I like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
always the same stuff or the same style. That's the same style. So that's why I listen mostly when I listen on Spotify to my liked songs. Anyway, we are already over an hour in, and I think we have a really great conversation. But yeah, maybe we just have another conversation later. So I don't want to over step my time limit. I kind of put on my own. So, do you have any last things or anything you want to tell the audience? I mean, you already alluded that there is something coming in the future, and I'm quite intrigued what this might be. But something else, some new album or EP or single, what will come soon, or videos, or what's going to happen with Alex Yarmark? How do I say your name right? Yarmark?
Yarmak.
Yarmak.
Yeah.
Alex Yarmark, or like I see here, Alexander Yarmark. Um, what is coming? What is the next thing for you? What's coming up?
There will be a huge present for all the Cyberpunk 2077 uh, waiters. I would say the people who are waiting for Cyberpunk. This is the game
Hmm.
also. Yeah. I will cover a lot of this stuff, and these covers will be live soon. And
Hmm.
besides of that project that I already told, um, there will be also some things related to lo-fi music. I will make covers on lo-fi music. So yeah, stay tuned. I guess I will release all of this stuff once a week.
Hmm.
So yeah, keep in touch, guys.
Cool, cool. Yeah, follow you everywhere. I will link to your stuff on Spotify so people can find you easily.
Thank you.
Um, Yeah, so thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, stay in touch. Please send me your songs. I wanna play them in my radio show.
Yeah, please send me your songs too. I will put them on my playlist.
I will. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.